screen, there's going to be a little um, audio button and then a little video button.
Yep.
There you go. You got the audio. There you go. Hello.
I was gonna use my phone too. I was like, I'm not turning off my phone until I was like, we're gonna have a
I
back
know.
plan.
Oh yeah, well thank you. Well, I appreciate that. That's what happened earlier. I had a client that her Wi-Fi card on her laptop was just so old it wouldn't support it. And she's like, I don't know why it's not working. She's like, it's only 17 years old. And I'm like, that's why. That's why it's not working. Yeah, it was a whole vibe. So just stay with me. Obviously, we have our whole time, and I apologizing for running a wee bit behind. Are you ready?
Okay, I am ready.
Okay, me too. So just hold on. I'm gonna like shut up really quick and just calm myself down. Um, no. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know that I think the lake thing had to do with my last client. Sorry. I have my spirit box on, and at the very end, my last client told me she was in Lake Havasu in Arizona. I don't know where that is. I've never been there, but as soon as I got off the call, it said lake and deep. And
Oh,
I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna have to go and check that out. But sometimes that also means that somebody drowned in a deep lake. And so I was like, oh shit, are you already doing this? And I started feeling for you, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
nope,
Um,
wrong one.
exactly. So I think they were just talking about her experience. So let me tell you how this works. So number one, obviously, it's just going to be me. Somebody is walking around with. Why are you wearing that? Hold on. They're walking around in like a sweatshirt. And they have their hands in the hood of the sweatshirt, and they're walking around. Sorry, I know it's very rare. This is what they look like. I wish I could show you my whole body, but they're like, and that And I'm like, what is going on? And they're talking about how they can get dolled up or they can get dressed up if they want to, but right now they don't give a damn. And I go, okay, I'm here for you. I got you. We'll do it together. And
If there was a Wi-Fi drop right now, that would be all the confirmation I need.
really,
Oh my
I
gosh.
could literally, yeah, that's what they do. And that's why, okay, so I went from talking about lakes and deeps, and then I'm going to walk you through everything how I get this because this is how they talk to you as well, except we don't recognize it. We just go, oh, it's just a coincidence. It's not. It's none of it is. So when they come in and they talk in, they're trying to put something else in my brain. So they talk in signs and symbols. They have all these signs and symbols I've created over the years. They may show me something like a pineapple. That sometimes may mean that they liked pineapple, but most of the time that means that they're from Florida. They'll put all these symbols in a line and I'll create English out of it. The next thing is that they will talk in feelings. This is 99% of the way how they communicate. This is why we miss it. So feelings can also go along with images. So for me, it almost feels like music in my brain. So there's a feeling for there's a feeling for used to, there's a feeling for died in a lake, like, and they'll just like make me feel this. The last two things are that they will try to take my own memories and experiences and they'll realign them in a particular way to say, this is what my life was like. Now, with this, if I haven't seen it or felt it or experienced it, they cannot bring it out of my head. So I'm from Texas. I still live in Texas, like next to Louisiana. I don't believe in snow. I haven't been above Oklahoma and I haven't been outside the country. So if you ask me a question, what did our house look like in upper state Illinois? I don't know. Cold? Too cold? And then the last thing is that they will talk in words. Sometimes I'll come in and I'll be like, do you know who a Charles is? And you'll be like, yeah, I know a Charles. Now they may be talking about somebody that's dead or alive because they will not only recognize somebody that's crossed, but they'll also be like, hi to somebody that's alive. Or if I don't know the name or if I haven't experienced it before, what it would come across is like, oh, do you know somebody with like a Char name or a Char? And you're like, yeah, Charmaine. And I'm like, oh, Charmaine, I got it. So that's because I haven't heard it a whole lot or I don't have an emotional connection with it. So the hoodie is still here. It is. So think of like in my brain when you daydream, but you're not daydreaming. They're just putting images in your brain because that's what they do. She's funny, she's talking about my broken nail. It came off today. And it literally, like, I was washing my hair and my hair got underneath it and I need to go get it refilled. And she's talking about how like ratchet. I don't think they use the term ratchet anymore, but she's like joking about this. And I go, oh, okay. I just said, you have fun too. And so we're like talking crap back and forth. And they love you. They absolutely adore you. Hang on. What? Tell me. Ooh, why is my head hurting? Oh, my brain is hurting. What is going on? My eyeball is hurting too. Hang on. Oh, coroner. So did we end up finding this person passed? Yes. Okay. So I have it says coroner right here. And so somebody's talking about them coming out. So obviously the only time they have those come out is because we find somebody crossed and they're just like letting you know. They're also talking about, oh, it just said you are right. Here, let me show you. Oh, they're very here, just because I can't see 15. 50, you're older than 15. Don't give me that. What are you talking about? Hang on. Sorry. Yes, we argue with them. So it says coroner, and then hold on. You are right. So like right afterwards. So they will use this as well. Hold on. Why? Are you that? Are you that age? No, you're not. Is this like daughter for you?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Okay. She's talking about, I said, who are you? I said, are you like sister or what? She goes, huh, what are you talking about? We grew up together. I said, what do you mean you grew up together? And she's talking about how um you had her, I wouldn't say too young, but you had her younger, just like I had my son. And were you like 24 when you had her?
No, I was, I think, 29.
You were 29. Okay, okay. I had my son when I was 25. She's talking about like not too crazy young, but young. And then she's
Yeah.
talking about growing up, but like you're a very, very good mom. You're a very good mom. She said that you had your wits about you. So I'm like, okay, must be like 25. Cause at that point, and she says that, tell me, hold on. Why? I think she feels like this is her mistake and she's sorry or like she's like apologizing. I don't know why though. Hold on. Hold on. I wonder if this goes along with she's still in that fucking hoodie. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. And so she would wear leggings with said hoodie. Like all like, is that a thing? Okay. I said, what kind of pants are you wearing? And she says, pants. She's like, what are you talking about? She has shorts on and then she puts like then she goes, oh, if it gets cold, and she shows me my leggings. And I go, oh, okay, I got you. And so she's walking around that where she adores you. What happened? Tell me. Was she like kind of talking to a guy? Like kind of talking to a guy at that point, but like not permanently dating anybody yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. She goes like that, but no married, no relationship, no, nothing like that. Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. She goes like this. She says, oh, I don't need to waste my time on him. I said, oh, or like partner. And then she says, oh, just talking, texting. But she says no relationship. I'm asking her what happened when she passed and who was there. And I'm getting kind of like a surrounding area. And why? Hold on. I think her passing was fairly quickly because she just said dead as a doornail. And she's talking about how she didn't fully like grasp that she had crossed all the way. And she's talking about going into the light and being like, whoa, what the hell? Like, what happened? And she tries to tell me that she makes your phone ring. I don't understand what that means. Hang on, give me a second. So you do listen to music on your phone though?
Yeah.
Okay, you're one of those people like my husband. I like it. She goes like this. She says, I make my mom's phone make noise. And I said, what noise? And I'm like, ring. She goes, no. And she says music. And she's talking about trying to shuffle it or trying to like put her songs on there or trying to like talk to you through song or something like that. Is there something
Well,
like happen? What is that?
yeah, because sometimes it would just, I'd have it on a station and then
Uh-huh.
it would just switch over
Oh,
and I'd be like, did I do that? And I would go and
No.
put it back.
Oh, no, that's her. That's her. Yeah, that's what she does because she's good with the phone, and
Yeah,
she very good with the phone. Why? You got her phone?
yeah,
You did? Okay, I go like this, I said, "Where's your phone?" I said, "Is it gone? Is it destroyed?" She goes,
just the way you pulled it out. She pulls it out of her hoodie.
"Uh-huh." See, because she's showing me, that's why. And why? Hold on. It's funny because when I was growing up, you would pull it out of here. Like, you'd keep it in your bra. They don't do that anymore. And hold on, from what I can understand, what happened? Where? She's talking about you waking up from a nightmare. She's talking about how why? Hold on. Walk me through, walk me through, walk me through. Why'd you cross? Why'd you cross? Hold on. Why? So she's angry at somebody else, but yet it has something to do with her, which is weird. So I don't know how you have somebody else and let her at the same time.
Mm.
Um, hold on. Where are you at? And so she wasn't at your house when she crossed?
She was.
Interesting. She goes like this. She says, "Oh, I came home," or "I came home," or "I stayed at home and I walked besides my mom bed." And I was like, okay, well, maybe you didn't come home, or maybe you weren't at home. Hang on. She just keeps talking about going home or going. I read that as going home. Hang on. Tell me why. Who is that? Oh, hold on. And so this ended up happening in her room, like her specific
Yes.
room. It did. Okay. I said, "Where were you at in the home?" I said, "Did you like fall out?" And I can't tell you how many people die in the bathtub. It's a thing. And she goes, "No, no, no." She says, "In my room," because she's talking about opening a door and being like, so like there's the panic. And she's tell me, you stayed there? You stayed in the place she crossed? Did you finally move?
Yeah, I did finally move
God.
because I
She
felt
goes,
it.
that it's okay. That's okay. No, she's not mad. No, there's nothing. She goes, and Amy, she goes, she stayed there. She stayed there. And I go, really? And she goes, yeah. She goes, but she finally moved. And she's talking about like at night when it's almost impossible for you to go to bed. Like she would come up and she would like stand beside you. She would come up and she would be there, just like waiting or trying to be next to you because she loves you. She's sorry that she crossed over. Hold on. Tell me. Weird. She talks about how my head hurts. Hold on. Did we end up like just taking something and then she crossed over? Because I don't feel like she had a heart attack or anything like that. What is up with her? She just keeps talking about her passing is so quick. Um Super quick.
Yeah.
But she's not telling me that. Give me a second. I don't know how we just stay. Oh. Weird. And she had a walk-in closet or like a semi walk-in closet. Okay, she must be like facing. There's something significant or
Yeah,
there's
her
something
bed,
like
when she sat
facing.
up in the bed, it faces the
It's
closet.
face the closet. That's she just keeps looking at a closet. That's what I'm seeing in my brain. Um, hold on. Hold on. Did we end up finding her on the floor? Do we know she like rolled off or like on the floor? Weird.
No, she
Somebody
was.
just makes she was on the bed. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And by the time we found her, there was no being able to bring her back, nothing like that. Correct. It was already gone. Though she just keeps talking about how I said, "What do you mean?" And she's talking about people coming in and like taking pictures or seeing. And I said, "Why do you keep talking about floor?" She keeps saying like they moved me. She says, "But there's no working on me. There's no nothing like that." And she says that she's like standing outside of the room watching this. And so she's with you. And why? I just said, "I'm sorry." on my spirit box. So she apologizes for that again. And why? Hold on. She's talking about you mad crying when you're packing up her clothes and putting it in a box, or like I wouldn't say even mad crying, like frustration. You like that type of energy. And she's talking about saying, I'm sorry again for that. I'm sorry again for that. Hold on. She's your best friend. She's not telling me the exact thing. The only thing I can tell you, she's walking me through the whole thing. But like there's that odd frustration, but I don't know exactly what ended up happening. What was that? How did she cross? What the?
I don't know, but we had a routine. I'd get up in the morning, I'd close her
Yeah.
door because she would, that way I wouldn't wake her up. I opened her door before I left. I came home during lunch to pre-do dinner and she was still asleep, but she had been up late during the night. And I
Mhm.
told her, I said, sweetie, you need to go sleep. You got to go to work. I came home at 5:30, but I noticed before I left for lunch, her light still wasn't on. I didn't. And I came home hours later. I left the house at 8, came in at 5:30, and she was gone. And
She was gone.
the she I know what the coroner says, but I just don't know if how she really passed.
It's weird because the way she makes me feel is I don't think she committed suicide. It doesn't
No,
feel like that
she
at
was
all because
asleep in the same position.
yeah,
I,
she's in
I
a
just,
higher vibrational state.
yeah, I knew she was just an angel to me. She
Yes.
never did anything. And so I didn't have to worry after, anything happening. My biggest thing was just how did she really pass? He did
Yeah.
corner says one thing, but I just feel like
Well,
there's
let's get into
something
that.
else.
Yeah, let's get into that. So I'm checking on my brain. I said, did somebody hop in? Like I've had everything a lot. I said, did
Yeah,
somebody
you
hop in the
have.
window and murder you? And she goes, no. I said, you're not a drug addict. She goes, no. She says, my brain hurt for a second and then my heart stopped. And I go, okay, so what causes our brain to hurt and then our heart to stop? I said, did you have a heart attack? She says, no. And so now I'm like, okay, I don't know exactly everything, with that. And so that's why I'm like, I said, why are you showing me the closet? I said, did you hang yourself? She goes, no. She says, I'm in heaven. And I go, oh, okay. That's what all that was about. So I'm going, that's literally what that is. And I said, it's weird. She's just showing me the closet just because that's how her bed is.
Yeah.
And hold on. Let me see. It may be that I don't know because I'm not a medical person. That may be
Yeah.
another thing. But as far as feeling goes, she didn't even know that she had crossed. She didn't even know she had crossed. Um, hold on. One. What? Hold on. Breathing. Mm. Weird. Do we feel like she just stopped breathing and was like holding on to it and it caused like a burst in something? Or like a valve or like a burst? Do you have any idea?
No.
Yeah, because she doesn't have any pain, but all she keeps saying is that it's just like she just stopped breathing. That's it. That's all she keeps
My
saying.
aunt said it's like adult SIDS.
Yeah, I've never heard of adult sit. See, that's a new thing for me. And she showed me a CPAP machine. And then I asked her and I said, "Did you have a CPAP?" And she said no. And then she keeps showing me like that. And I'm like, "What?" And then she made me exhale. And then she's talking about how the pressure of that makes other things stop. And she's showing me the heart something not being able to beat. Screenshot. Hold on. Hold on.
Died in bed.
She's here. Yeah, your daughter, she's here. She loves you. She's okay. She's in heaven. I
Her
would even
friends
say,
always tell me, all her friends reach out to me and they always check up on me. And
yeah.
during her service, they kept talking about how much she loved me.
Oh,
And
she does.
she,
You're like her sister. Why would
and
she be mad at you?
when she passed, I know she didn't have a relationship with her dad, but I still called him to let him know.
Yeah.
And I was scared that she was mad at me for letting him know.
Oh, well, I can tell you. Hold on. Hold on. That's the person that was saying he was trifling. Oh, at the very end of my last session, my client was gone. My spirit box said trifling. And I go, oh, who is this on? And then she just showed me that word again in my brain. And I'm like, oh, that was him. And she says, I don't care about him. He was this. And then she made me hear the Shaggy song, that It Wasn't Me, which is weird. So like there's like added that bonus. And she says, like, I'm not mad at you at all. Just don't get back with him and you don't have to
She
communicate
used to
with
always
him.
sit there and say that, and I would like never.
Yes, no, don't do it. And she's like, ugh, eh, eh. I go, oh, okay. So the coroner said it was like SIDS.
No, my aunt did. I think they just
Oh,
sat there
what
and
the
said
coroner.
for obesity, but she was a tall girl, and yeah, she was thick. But I used to, but so I all they said was natural causes.
I think it's her breathing just stopped. I think her breathing stopped, and I think it's they kept showing me CPAP. My ex-husband wears a CPAP, and so I remember being very annoyed with that when I would go to bed with him a long time ago, and she kept showing me that. So I would have to say it goes along with breathing, pressure, and then I'm gonna even have to say that the heart started beating incredibly quickly because it didn't get any oxygen, and that just caused her to cross over. But she didn't want to go. She didn't want to go at all. And how? She's 5'9".
She's she's more like they kept trying to sit there and say she was like 5'11", but her brother's 6'5", and she was right up underneath them.
She
So we'd be
was.
walking and they'd be on both sides. I'd be like, no, no. So when you sat there and said
Wow.
sister, people always thought me and my son were siblings. I always thought me and my daughter are siblings. And we worked together at my part-time job. So luckily my job brought in other people for the company.
Yes.
So everyone, so I'm hoping she was
Uh-huh.
there to see her friends, some stories.
Yes. Yes, she's there for the entire thing. And hold on, let's ask her. Yeah, she goes like this. She says, "Oh, I'm tall like you." And I go, "Are you really?" I said, "Some people say that they're tall, but they're not, they're like 5'8". And she's like, "No, no, 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 more, more, more." And I go, "Oh, okay." And hold on, let me see. Let me see. She was talking about her hoodies back when you're like pulling stuff out again of like her closet and her dresser. So we must still have those, which is good. And she
It's only
what?
been a year and 4 months.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I
No
had just
wonder this
started
is so
watching you like a few
fresh.
months beforehand. And so everything you sit there and say regarding people, your ancestors are around you, I thought it was my dad. So I reached out to my dad. My daughter started doing things that she didn't do before. That whole week was completely different. And then she passed. So everything you sit there and say as far as loved ones being around you,
Yeah.
how they act different. Her best friend, Lauren, my daughter is not a touchy person, but before her friend left 2 days before she passed, my daughter asked for a hug. And so there was all these things that happened. And so I look back and I tell everyone that last week of her life was so big. So
Yes.
big. That's why it kind of hurts.
Yes. But you don't see it until you get to the end of it. You don't see it and you're like, "Oh, well, why did
Kiss
they
on
have
my
to
cheek.
run Yeah. Why did they have to run back and say, I love you? Why did they have to run back and say it again? It's
Yeah.
because they know your soul knows when it's going to cross and she knows and she's okay. But would she have been like a little bit of a strange person and stand next to you while you're trying to go to sleep? Absolutely. Would she like to poke you and talk like just kind of like, hey, hey, hold on, let me see. She's talking about your toes. Weird. She's making fun of my toes. So do you go get pedicures though, correct?
Yeah, I went to go get a pedicure like a couple months ago, and all the nail people were like, "Oh, where's your daughter?" And I hadn't been in there since before she
Oh.
passed. And so we had all talked. Then, so yeah, her pedicure ladies were like, and she was known for her long nails. And people were talking about this. So when you brought up your nail, she is all,
Yes. She's talking about how ratchet it is. It broke off today, like an hour before my sessions. And I was like, well, shit, now I gotta get them redone. And then she went and she showed me her toes. And then she showed me painted. And she says, oh, pedicures. She says, talk about this. I go, okay, I will. So she was there with you the entire time. Hold on. Sometimes all I think about is you. Relax in the middle of June. June. Does June have anything to do with anybody or the month of June?
she passed away June 12th. And a week after her service, my son and his girlfriend informed me they were having a baby. And they found out a week before she passed, and they were trying to get up here to tell us because they remembered how much my daughter Relia really wanted to be an aunt. And so the way I've gotten through this year is I sat there and said that my son's girlfriend grandfather passed a couple months before she conceived, and I sat there and said that he the Lord upstairs had to take my daughter to make sure that her niece was taken care of because this was the rainbow baby, and that's the only way I've made it through this.
I'm glad. But that's true. There is a reason. There is a reason and we don't see it now, but it's all the way. Yeah, she just so like that. Remember I was talking about you how she comes through your music? So she
Mhm.
just put a song that I heard on TikTok in my head and made me sing the lyrics and then she's like, "Okay, dumbass, talk about June." And I'm like, "Okay, because that's the lyrics that are in it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. There's a reason for it." So, hold on, let's see. Who? Hold on. We didn't Are they gonna attempt to have a girl? Or, like, they going to try to have a girl next? They had a boy this time, right?
No, they had a girl,
They did
and
have the girl. Ah, yeah.
they and my son really didn't open up how he felt. He treated his sister more like that was his daughter. He got her like first
Good.
16th birthday, the trip anywhere around the world she wanted to go. First Michael Kors bag.
Wow.
They were 9 years
Wow.
apart. And so when they had her, her name is Alira, and then they gave the middle name of Rulia, his sister.
There you go. There you go. Yes, that's what she goes. She goes, "Oh, oh." And look, as we're talking about this, remember how I said, "Oh, maybe they're gonna have another little girl?" She just said 2. So I'm gonna have to say, if they don't want another kid, there's probably gonna be a second one down the line. Oh, very quickly. What do you mean?
I keep
Is he
teasing
in his
him.
30? Is he 30?
He just turned 30. His birthday is June 3rd.
Oh, there's another June. Oh, look at that. Okay, I asked her, I said, so when are we gonna have the second one? I said, is he too old? Is he too young? She goes, huh, he's like you, but like 5 years younger. And I go, what? So I'm 35. And
Yeah,
I go, okay, so 30. And why? Does he? Does he have small ears for his head?
probably
That's
little.
so random. Sorry, she goes up like this and she says, tell him like touch his ears. Now that's not a weird thing. I don't think she never did that in like real life, but maybe he
No,
gets like a tickle or maybe he does something and that's like
his
her coming up to like
his
mess
hair
with
now is
him
really long, and it keeps saying, "Boy, you need to cut it." So it's like down here, and it's always so he's always going.
on his ears. That may be that. Yeah, she keeps talking about ears and then tickling ears. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I've never heard that before. So I'd have to say that probably goes along with that. She what? Tell me where? Hold on. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Hang on. Hold on. You shouldn't just get hold on. She just put like a bracelet around your arm, but she turned it into a tattoo. And then she said that, um, what does that mean? Do you know if her friends got her name here?
So after she passed, me and everyone in the family went and got her
Following.
favorite sea turtle tattoos, and her ashes are in the sea turtle. But one of her friends got the date she passed on her ribs,
Mm-hmm.
but her other friend, which I was about to ask you about, got in my daughter's handwriting right here, and it has a little B at the end because she said that's how they used to always talk to each other. So all her friends got like
See?
different tattoos of her, and so they,
Yes.
I mean, I think I was more angry with the fact that I was like, she never had her first kiss or first love, but my cousin at her service said, but Rhonda, you were her first kiss. When she was born, you were her first love. So I
Exactly.
have good people around me to,
Yes. Yeah, and I don't even I this is where it gets weird for me because I see what you're going through. Me as a parent, if I lost my son, I would probably try to jump off a bridge. And so I can commend you on every level, but it's also odd when you're over here and you're doing this and you get to channel and you get to feel and you get to connect that you realize that they do exist. Like your daughter is not gone at all. She's very much around, but you just have to it's weird because we're taught that they're gone. They're never coming back, but they're there beside you the entire time. So it's really a battle of like mind and
yeah,
even
I
me
tell
personally.
everyone I understand physically she's not here. It's the laughter you hear from your kids, their
Yes.
smile,
Yes.
and then I think about the times like, is she mad at me? Because I used to always get on her about her hair. Like, girl, you are 20 years old.
No.
But then I have to turn around and make that into a positive and go, but you know what? That was your time. Cherish
Yes.
that time.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
try to put positive spins on it. I just hope she doesn't take that away from me. But
What do you mean take that away from you?
I mean, as
No.
far as, I used to sit there and have the guilt of those times you get upset as a parent, you know.
No. No. Have you done my signs and symbols thing yet?
The which one?
My signs and symbols
No,
exercise?
not
Okay,
yet.
can I
I've
teach you
done
that?
some of your things, but I don't know how to shut my brain down.
Okay, well that takes work. Okay. So that takes work and it takes time. You got yourself to this level. You have to backtrack to shut your brain down. And it's hard when you go from, working all day, doing everything and then going to like calm, relaxed state. You have to
I
practice.
think
So
you
this is what
just
I want you to do.
said how I am too, and that's how I am.
Yes, that's
I
what it is.
try to
So this
keep
is what I
busy.
want you to do with her. I want you to email me when you see these things. So tonight, what I want you to do, especially even after this, take a couple minutes, have a good breather, have a good ugly cry, and then I want you to sit there, quiet down, and I want you to call her in. Say, can you please come and be with me? Just do this in your brain. She's already there, but you're like allowing. Then what you do is you start to remember some really good, funny memories, not sad, not finding her, nothing like that. And you start to bring that in. You start remembering that for about 2 or 3 minutes. So you're conjuring, you're building a connection, you're channeling. That's what that is. Then what you do is you say, I want to create a sign or a symbol with you. And when I see this in my world, I know that you're with me. Now, in the very beginning, I want you to ask for a peacock first. Okay. What?
Where I live, we have a wild peacock that runs through the yard all the time.
Shut up. Somebody
If
put
I
peacock in
could
my
turn off
brain.
my phone, I would show you. It's always by my car and running through the yard.
Like you have a fucking peacock? Yeah, the peacock just popped in my brain.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing. So we gotta choose another sign. But let me tell you, that fucking peacock's gonna be there when she's showing up. Okay. And every day I want you to say hi, Peacock, and say hi to your daughter because I want to let you know that one of the things that they do, maybe you're sad in the morning. Maybe you're sad about her not being there. And you get up and you go outside and you see that damn peacock. That changes your mood because you go from like, what the fuck is this peacock doing here? You go from being very sad to switch. That's what they do.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what they do. They try to change your vibration. An example would be I feel my dad, he's around me all the time. I feel my sister, she's around me all the time. Almost everybody's dead in my family. But there are some times where I miss texting them, I miss calling them, I miss talking to them, right? In that retrospect. And so there's sometimes that I get in my little deep for about 4 or 5 minutes, like this, like, oh my God, I miss him so much. And then guess what happens? My husband like barges in the door. What are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God. And it happens every time. Either it's a call or a text or a bird flies in the window. And it's because they're saying, hey, don't get into a low vibrational state. We're here with you. We're fine.
I try. I listen to you a lot.
I know why I love you and I appreciate you because I will be here for you no matter what. And your daughter is in heaven. She's okay, but she's
I
with
know
you.
she is. She'll use them nails if someone tries.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So this is what I want you to do because I do have to
Okay.
run to my next session.
Yes, you
Otherwise,
do.
they're going to kick my butt. I want, if you need me or if you have any questions or if you ever need me again, please email me first. We'll figure out a time. Okay. The other thing I want you to do is just sit here, be in this quiet, know that she literally is here. Just tell her you love her. You're going to feel her as love. You're going to feel her as goosebumps. You're going to feel her as this type of energy. And then you're going to cry and then you're going to feel oddly happy. Okay. And that's her. And that's because she's with God and she's okay. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. And then if you have any questions for me or anything, you email me. But I hope you know that she's around.
Thank you very much, Amy.
You're welcome. I love you. And what do you do for a career, by the way? What are you doing?
I work for an architect firm, and then my part time on the weekends, me and Relia used to work at Old Navy.
That's where the retail comes in. Ah, I gotcha. She hates folding fucking clothes.
Yeah.
That's how I said. I said, "What did you think about it?" And she says, "This." I go, "Oh, okay."
So just one quick thing before you get off the phone.
What?
Does she, besides with me, does she at least go like hang with her friends? I know
Oh,
her
they
best
go
friend
everywhere.
Lauren. They go like everywhere.
They yeah, they go everywhere. And anytime, so this is the whole thing. So sometimes you'll be doing your normal activity and then a thought of them will pop in your brain. That's them. That's her.
Okay.
Sometimes you will get in the car, or I would even say as you're going throughout your normal daily life, like when you go into the grocery store or Target or Walmart, where that would be, I want you to listen to the lyrics of the song that is playing over the loudspeaker. There's something to do with her. I want you to realize as you go through with this that literally everything happens because they're making it happen.
See, I was gonna book an hour last week and you said 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn it. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
I booked
email.
for 2026 already. So,
Okay. Well, email me and let me know, and I'll see if I can move you up a little bit. Okay.
oh no, it's closer to her birthday, so that's how I want it.
Okay. Well, then we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there, and then we'll meet then. And so I want you to work on your side. I want you to work on all the signs and symbols, and then we'll get together, and I'll tell you what she sent you. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Amy.
You're welcome. I love you, Rhonda. Love you, baby.